Hopefully my battery is good. I'm at like 30% battery, but that should get me home. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Whoever pops in here. We're an hour and 20 minutes away from the next eviction, from Brent's eviction, right? Well, from the show with Brent's eviction. Probably less than 2 hours until Brent is going out to talk to Julie. And I don't think he's going to be blindsided. I don't know what you guys think. Somebody's here. At least one person is here. So come say hello, howdy, and we'll talk for a few minutes. Those of you, well, I don't know. Do I do an introduction at this point, or is it just a small enough group that you all know who I am and I don't need to introduce myself? Wow, 6 of you. All right. Of course, the feeds are off right now, so some of you may be bored and looking for content. Hello, Rima Vineyard. Does that mean like you're a commercial account for a vineyard, or is that just what you do that? Micah, hello. Yes, Devin has a daughter, as far as we know. Haven't heard from him for a while, but I'm assuming he still has a daughter. Yeah, I think the blind side is not going to happen, Sandy. I mean, I think he's going to still hold out hope. Oh, your actual name is Vineyard? Well, that's interesting. I didn't know there was people with the last name of Vineyard. Hello, Mystery Cindy. Good afternoon. So I will do a quick introduction because 8 of you have jumped in here now. My name is Mike. I'm known as BB Gossip on Twitter, and these are my little. This is my new version of what used to be Periscopes that I did for years. That I do sometimes. I did do a Clubhouse chat last night. I think it was last night. Maybe it was the day before. I think I did Clubhouse last night with a friend Eric. And tonight is just doing a regular YouTube live stream. Clubhouse was okay. It was interesting. But I really am not sure how many people can do that. So, whoa, what does it say? Bradley. What are you saying? I don't know if he's been blindsided, because part of me feels like he would try to act like he isn't blindsided. Right. I think you're right, too. Part of him will be like, I'm going to hold it together and pretend like I knew it was coming. Yeah, I'm going to guess he's going to say to Julie, yeah, Julie, I kind of thought it was happening, but you hold out hope. Maybe he won't even say that. No, I knew it was coming all along. I guess that's more the question. How hard will he deny that he was blindsided? And knowing Brent, probably pretty hard. So if any of you are new to my I keep wanting to say Periscopes, new to this YouTube live stream or my Periscopes, I will, in a few minutes here, I'm going to hit a bad section. Verizon has chosen not to give good coverage to this area of the interstate that I drive. And so my connection may go wonky. It may hold up. It may do great all the way through. But the last time I did this, it kind of went bad. And so if you think you're losing me, just hang on. I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to be interesting, I know. So I already just talked about it in my little short audio recording I did right before I did this. And it was reported that Derek was saying that Big Brother in the diary room, they've been telling him not to let Brent know that he's getting evicted. And that is just one of those things that it's kind of like the door with me. It's kind of like, don't interfere with the house guests. Don't put thoughts in their heads. Don't encourage them to act a certain way. Don't feed them lines. This should be as organic as possible, and they are messing with the house guests and trying to get them to act a certain way in the house, and that annoys me to no end. And of course, I'm getting pushback from people like, no, it's okay, it makes the show fun. It's like, the show doesn't have to be fun. I want the show to be authentic. I don't want the house guests to get interfered with, and this is interfering with the house guests if they're being told how they should act or not act. I mean, this isn't a rule breaking thing. This is we're just going to tell people. And that annoys me. But I realize other people might be okay with it. What do you guys think? Are you pro helping the house guests to keep us, encouraging them to keep a secret? Are you against it, or you just not care? You just want a really good blind side, no matter what it takes to get it. And by your silence, I'm going to guess you just really don't care. Oh, I'm not going to get steps tonight. Bummer. I don't think I'm going to go walking before the show. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll run and do some steps before the show. You prefer the true blind sides. Right, without interference, I'm assuming is what you mean. Really good blind sides. So Lisa, I'm going to say that you're probably okay with Big Brother telling the house guests, don't spoil it, don't spoil it. For those of you that are patrons or follow my other podcasting, my non Big Brother CarCasts, I did do I updated a trip to Vegas last night. I published one of my CarCasts, and or non Big Brother podcasts, and I recorded 2 more last night. So I don't know if I'll post one tonight or not, but I may. You'd love to be as much of a devoted purist as me, but it's Brent and you just want him to be shocked. Oh well, Sandy. It's not like I'm quitting Big Brother and will never watch it again because of it. I just get annoyed because I just think they take the easy way out. I just think sometimes the production just wants to. It's just like it's not real. It's not reality TV if you're influencing it so much. But, I'm still going to watch it. But I also put myself in Brent's shoes, and it's like, wow, even production wants me to be kind of blindsided. I mean, there have been blindsides in the past that were, as far as I know, true, authentic blindsides with no production interference. And it's like, come on. If the house guests can't manufacture it themselves, why are you helping them? Make them work harder. Do it better next time. The heart wants what it wants. Yes, I know. It'll be okay. I'll be over it by next, in a couple of hours. I won't care. But you can bet I'll tweet about it. I will complain about it. So those of you that follow me on different things, you will see me complain about it in multiple locations. And I do that because guess what? There's a lot of people that only follow me one way. I haven't gotten asked about the Big Brother Gossip Show in the last 3 days, though, or 4 days. So maybe most people that were looking for it have figured it out at this point. That's a bit of a relief. I had a lot of people that saw that. You guys may have seen the video. I put up 3 videos last night. I put up one of Azah dancing to Michael Jackson. Well, I mean, I added the music, but it was her dancing, and they said they were dancing to that music, at least for part of it, so I thought it was appropriate. Then I also put up a video of the house guests getting yelled at to clean their house. This is Mike, formerly of the Big Brother Gossip Show, yes. That one got a ton of hits. That one's still getting hits constantly. That one's been retweeted a lot. The house guests getting yelled at to clean up the house is like, okay. And then there are people that think they really were getting yelled at to clean the house, and it's like, no, it was a joke. It was a bit. and people calling them slobs, and people saying, oh my gosh, your big brother's got to tell him to clean the house. How bad can it be? I just don't get why people can't quite see that it was kind of a bit, and they were going along with the bit. And then I tweeted Azah again leading the house guest in kind of a little singing thing where she was getting them to do all kinds of different parts. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, Sandy. I was like, I'm sitting there, and I said it this morning on my CarCast. I was doing something where I didn't have the sound up, but I had the video off to the side, kind of watching it out of the corner of my eye. And I knew the house guests were just cleaning. They really weren't talking game, so I don't need to watch them clean. I just like, okay, it's there. And suddenly I watch Azah doing these dance moves, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then she keeps doing it, and she keeps. I said, well, that's long enough that you can put music to it. And so I kind of waited, and then she was done, and so I rewound, and I went back and watched, and like, okay, I can get like 40 seconds out of this. And then I was like, what is she dancing to? And they actually said the song that she was dancing to, and I'm like, oh, well, I can see if I can find it. And, you know, I made the video, and it just, with the actual music playing, it's like, oh, it just made me smile. It made me feel good. I'm like, oh, that makes me really like her, even if she's not playing the game very well. So, yeah, it made me feel good and like her, and it's like, oh, that's kind of neat. I kind of wanted it to get more hits than the house cleaning video, but it hasn't, and it may not. Oh, it probably won't at this point. But Azah's official account, which is being run by her friends or something, they want a copy of it, or they want to get a copy of it without the music. It's like, okay, I'll go get it for you. Won't be as interesting, but okay. So what other happy thoughts are you guys having today, or anything at all? What's up? What's new? Talk to me. Now I'm done talking. I'm like, okay. I mean, I read and listened to some stuff online, and it seems to be that that some people feel that the next nominees are going to be either Alyssa and Christian, or is it Whitney and Sarah Beth? Is that who they think are going to be the next? Is that the way it's going to go? I don't know. I am not sure. But it's amazing that they're that sure that it's going to go one of two ways, just like that. Traffic is very heavy today. You guys aren't being chatty. I appreciate those that are. Some of you need to learn how to chat. Just say stuff. It's okay. Don't be shy. I'm friendly. Of course, I'm sure some of you are doing your own thing where you can't really chat. It would be annoying week, but I also think it would be interesting if Brittany won. Yes, I've seen some chatter about that. I know my friend Scott of the Big Brother Gossip Show tweeted out that he would like to see Brittany win head of household. I said I'd be okay with it. I want to see kind of who tries to control her. At the same time, I know that Derek said he'd put up Alyssa and Claire if he wins head of household. So it's not just those the first four I said. You're at the gym, typing on the elliptical is challenging. Yes, that's true. I have trouble doing it when I'm on my treadmill at home. You're not very talkative in real life either. I like to listen. Major introvert. Break out of that shell, Cindy. Yeah, Derek Frazier could be interesting. And Claire, I thought Claire was fairly safe, but she may be. But you know, if Claire got nominated, that would go against what Tiffany wanted, because Tiffany wants Claire to get to the jury at least. I don't know. Do you guys think the Cookout are going to be able to pull off this really elaborate scheme they have to get the Cookout to the final 6? I can't see it going without a hitch. I would think there'd be a problem. But at the same time, I don't know. If they work it right, they might be able to. If they all work together. Why do people keep discounting Big D as a potential head of household threat? As if some comps are, well, you're right. Not all comps are physical, and so it is possible that he could win one. He just hasn't seemed to be in the running so far. So I think that's why. The Cookout will fall apart. I think it will, but at the same time, I've got people telling me, no, you just don't understand how strong the Cookout is. And I'm going like, well, when you see 2 members of the Cookout talking about a 3rd member about how they got to get them, get him out, maybe they're talking 6 weeks in advance or however many people have to go before they get there. I'm not sure. Brittany talks a lot about her rights for someone on the block, yes. I'll be honest, I don't watch much Brittany on the feeds. I tend to not watch her. Yep. Yeah, I realize I see cracks in the alliance, but I'm being told that they will stay strong and stick together. Getting to the jury is the ultimate goal. Yeah, I mean, if they can put all 6 of them in jury, that is pretty good. You have to pace yourself with Brittany. Yes, I do too. And when she gets woe is me stuff, I'm just like, no, I'm not doing it. Anytime a HG is having a pity party for themselves, I'm like, nah, don't care. Don't need to hear it. I think the problem is going to come if they manage to all get to jury when they decide, all right, now it's time to target X. Not Xavier. When they say, all right, now we're putting up, Brittany. It's like, yeah, well, I don't want Brittany to go. Well, that's who I want to put up. Is the Cookout officially counting Hannah? Okay, first of all, no, Brittany is not going to rap tonight, or at least she got advice from shouldn't. So I don't think she is. I think she was practicing, I think, her speech. I think it's more of a speech this time. It depends on who you ask on the Cookout. It seems to me like Tiffany considers her a member, but I remember seeing somebody else who didn't consider her a member. I think officially she's not a member in name, but she is a member as far as, yeah, we're keeping her. She's in it. She just wasn't around when it was set up. I couldn't agree more. As long as you're in the house, you are in the, I can't read all of that. You're in the game. The legends all know that. That's what makes them great. Whining on the block is ugly. Yes. Yeah, pity parties are just like, whatever. Just keep playing. Do what you can. Begging for sympathy is not going to get you enough votes, and it certainly won't look good later on. I just hope it's not another, slam dunk of a week. I don't know how it could be. I really don't. And if it's a knockout head of household competition, some of them think it's an endurance. I don't think it's going to be an endurance. We didn't get an alert. Again, sometimes the affiliates, or at least in the past, we've gotten alerts. Do you think it's going to be 11-0? I don't know. I'd be tempted to throw one vote. Throw that vote And then if Brent comes back, you can say, hey, I was the one that voted for you. I didn't think it was fair, so I gave you a vote. Don't tell anybody you did it otherwise, though. And of course, other people might end up using that, saying it was my vote that did that, Brent. But, you know, I don't know, even going out the door, you could whisper in the air and said, I was the one, I tried, but too late. If you could say it quiet enough that nobody else could hear. Those of you that have popped in here late, yeah, I'm down to 10% battery, but that's okay. We're going to make it. You can rewind later. I will upload this quickly. We have an hour to go until showtime. Those of you that aren't on the East Coast or in the Eastern time zone or Central, you can watch it at videobrother.net is where you can usually watch the show. I usually tweet out a link. I know that Dingo's been tweeting out the link. At least she did last week too. By the way, that works for other nights too. If you really have a yearning to watch the other not live shows, they stream the other ones. Vote 11-0. Thank God. Bye, y'all. Brent eviction party. Yeah, I still don't think it's going to be 11-0. I mean, I'll be fine if I'm wrong, but for some reason, I think someone's going to throw a vote, at least one vote out there. And actually, Brent isn't expecting a unanimous. And so, you're welcome, Lisa. So when it's 11-0, if that's what it is, I think Brent's going to like, oh crap, or he's going to like, oh my God, I don't know. Will he think, oh my God, I'm completely gone, or yeah, maybe he won't be able to absorb that mentally. That 11-0 is a vote out of him. All right. You don't understand why Brent's blind side... I'm going to have to pause this. You don't understand why Brent's blind side is ruined. Was he counting on Joker's or Christian's vote? So, yes, he was counting on Christian's vote. And so he's hearing things. And then also... yeah, he was counting on it to be... He thought it was going to be 9-2. He really thought that he had almost everybody. And so he said 9-2. Well, if you aren't counting on the Jokers... I can't see what you said. Oh, LMF, yes. I don't understand why Brent's blindside... Oh, well, that was the same thing. Okay, yeah. So, no, he was figuring a Christian would vote with Alyssa. And the fact that he heard different kind of threw him like, wait a minute, Alyssa, he's telling me he's not going to vote for me. Well, that's what he implied. But who knows? We'll figure it out soon. That's all I can say is we'll figure it out soon. We'll know, and it'll go on. And I also think just the pressure of being alone with him right now, you know, just waiting and waiting and waiting, and him looking around and just waiting. And I don't know, man. Do they dislike him that much that they're willing to keep the ruse up? Come on. Not that. I'm trying to get the chat back. And it's not coming back. All right. Let's see what we can do. Come on, chat. Chat. Should be all chat. All messages are visible. Yep. I'm just happy for him not to be on the feeds anymore. Okay. Yes. I agree. I will not miss that part of the feeds. For sure. For some reason I'm not able to scroll for chat now. I mean, I got it. I saw what the last comment was. All right. We're almost home here. Again, thank you for those of you that popped in. I will give a plug for my Patreon account. Any of you that are interested in supporting me via Patreon, Patreon, Patreon.com patreon.com/BBGOSSIP. You can become a patron. I give you a shout out. I have given shout outs to everybody who's been a patron, who's currently a patron. I think I'm at 24 patrons right now, which, hey, that's up. I mean, I was down to 11 at one point, I think. So there have been a lot of people that have signed up this month, and I really, really appreciate it. It's very nice of you. I don't charge per podcast or anything like that. It's just a once a month thing. So in a couple of days, everybody that's signed up will get the charge come through for whatever they signed up for. And that's it. And then at the end of August, if they're all still patrons, they'll get it again, kind of a thing. So you know what it's going to cost you, whatever you decide to. You can sign up at any amount. The minimum's $1. On my site, it says $5 is the minimum, but you can just adjust that down. I don't know if there's an option to put $1. And to be honest, it's like, okay, I'm not going to put I don't know. For some reason, I said 5, 10, or 20, but you could put any amount you want in there. So. And with that, I am almost home. I am going to wish you guys a happy eviction. Yay. I think my wife's probably not home. She may have just left. But I'm still going to go in and relax for 40 minutes, 45 minutes or so, and then be ready for the game to go and the eviction of Brent. And then we see who goes next week. I mean, yeah, should be interesting. Will Christian be it? Will we get out will the 4 white men in Big Brother 23 be the first 4 evicted? It's possible. It's possible. Okay. And mail. That's it, guys. I'm done. See ya, Sandy. Yep. I hope it's a good blindside. I do. I hope Julie's questions are good, too, and not sugar-coated too much. Of course, there won't be a live audience to cheer or to boo, whatever it is, so we'll just have to see how Julie handles it. I'm sure she'll have some kind of a muff. Goodbye, Sochi. All right, guys, take care. I'm out of here. Be well. Thanks for listening, for hanging out with me.